You know, there's a lot of things I don't like about being a pilot. I don't like the paperwork, I don't like busy airspace, I don't like the red tape, and I hate how expensive it is. A lot of people become pilots, and most of them spend their lives on airways, in controlled airspace, jumping from terminal to terminal. And while that absolutely has romance to it, there's a whole other side to this world that most never get to experience. That other side? Well, that's what this story's about. That's me, I'm JP. I grew up in southwestern Africa in a small country called Namibia. My love for flying was fueled by a cadence of budget father and son projects, turning very questionable flying contraptions into slightly less questionable flying contraptions. I got very good at working with my hands, designing and building anything that would get me in the air. I've flown over 3,000 hours in over 100 types of airplanes, flying to all corners of the globe. And now, I have the opportunity to build the airplane of my dreams and to take that airplane on the adventure of a lifetime. So, I've packed my bags and temporarily moved to Johannesburg, South Africa.
All right, absolutely chaotic arrival, but we're here. Got my rental, and it's time to go to the factory. I'm actually very nervous. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I have no idea what to expect. It's gonna be madness. I actually completely forgot how freaking crazy Johannesburg is to drive in. It's a good time. Oddly enough, it's a good time. Just don't be in a hurry to go anywhere, and you'll be fine. Oh, baby. It's all happening. It's all freaking happening. This feels so good. It's gonna be my home for a while. It's gonna be my spot. Look at it! Oh my god, this is madness. How is this real life right now? This thing is so sexy. The ram presence with the high nose. Oh. I'm following James to the hangar. I'm gonna be living in this hangar. Not only am I gonna build my sling there, but it's got an apartment in the back, and it's gonna be my home for the next little bit. This is awesome.
It's a lovely space, isn't it?
Yeah, full kitchen. I can cook.
You can cook. Your living space. That's Caroline. And
hey, Caroline.
Thank you, Caroline.
Nice to meet you, Caroline.
And this is your bedroom for the next however long. Wow.
Wow, look at this.
Sherry.
Sherry outdid herself.
My handiwork?
Is this your handiwork?
Yes.
Nice colour choice.
This is beautiful.
This is an Nguni skin ottoman. And I went through a phase in my life where I farmed Ngunis. Every African man must own at least some cattle. And I used to have a herd of 19 Ngunis, and I sold them. And I don't.
So that's your cattle now?
That's one of my cows. My only remaining cow. I feel sad. Your shower,
This is awesome.
which has a gas geyser. And one of the nice things is that you get to live.
Right here.
So this will kind of shift a little bit into the corner, and you've got enough space to put everything in.
That's James. James is a bit of a legend and one of the founders of Sling Aircraft, and he's the business partner of this guy. That's Mike. I first met Mike in 1999 when I was 6 years old. Mike was flying a weight shift microlight from the southern tip of South America to the southern tip of Africa. And for the next 22 years, I'd be following Mike's endeavors and adventures closely. And every so often, we'd cross paths. Just like any dreamer, Mike never stopped. He continued on his odyssey and filled his life with many chapters of extraordinary feats. And throughout his time, Mike became quite an accomplished aircraft designer, joining forces with James to build one of the most successful kit aircraft companies in the world. I cannot overstate the influence Mike has had on my life. These two are my heroes, and to be collaborating on this project with them is nothing short of a dream come true.
This is the wing from Zulu Uniform Echo Tango Oscar serial number 1. And it flew 42 hours, and it had been so hacksawed, duct taped, changed. We actually changed the hinge point on the ailerons 3 times. Tiny aerodynamic influences of the aircraft's flight qualities. There's a lot of detail in an aeroplane, and the more time you spend experimenting, the more you get it right.
When I was like, I'm trying to think now, this was 2008.
Yes, exactly, exactly that.
2008, first year of high school, I was dreaming of building my first airplane and flying around the world. It was just like a far concept, and I was idolizing Mike Blythe. Like I had been since 1999, and then I saw the SA Flyer with this prototype on the front. It still had the tip-up canopy, and
that's exactly right.
James and Mike were in there, and it just, that was the thing, that was the impetus for everything I do now. And so to see this wing here, to be staying in this place, it's like full circle, serendipity, it's nuts. It's happening. I actually wasn't expecting to fly the high wing today, but the boys have roped me in. So Sean is buckled up and ready.
Let's go.
Got him on his best behavior. We're gonna go for ascend. So we're doing this one first, and then we'll do the tail dragger a little later. But I'm actually shaking because I'm this excited, and that's rare. That's very rare.
VR is going to be around 55 knots.
Yeah.
Just check it onto the back wheels, let it fly off, check for 74, and then positive climb out. Explain the fuel system for you a little bit here. The fuel is returning to the header tank at 200 liters an hour, so it's rotating all the time. Okay. There's a header tank here above my feet over here, so there's virtually no chance of a vapor lock. It's also returning to the fuel tanks.
Okay.
I'm going to let you do the takeoff because you are an experienced pilot.
Yep. We're good to go.
Let's go. One smooth motion with the power, let that turbo and VP prop work together.
A 40. It's 50.
She wants to fly already. Nose up.
And it's 74. We got traffic on 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
South, Tango Chile Lima coming up over at 36,500 foot.
So 70, right? Approach?
70, yeah. 70, 75. Gosh, you can get the flaps yourself.
Full stop, right?
No, we'll have to make it a full stop.
I'm not gonna give it all away yet, but that was pretty freaking awesome. Now I'm gonna jump in to this bad boy, do some tailwheel flying. I haven't done it in a while, so I'm a bit nervous to be honest, but I'm excited.
Set a filter, Tango Delta, we're gonna backtrack T9 on the grass.
Visibility is really good.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Not bad.
Failed a bit sketch for me.
No, it does. It feels unnatural.
Yeah. So it's just went 20 past 10 Thursday night. I can't help but contain my excitement. Just came over to have a drink and read the manual, and now I'm like clicoing things together, and I'm about to pull my first rivet on this airplane, so I wanted to film it. Little 3.2 mil rivet. Got the gun here. It's gonna be the first one. Done. Second one. And that's the first part of the sling complete. First little part. It's one rib, it's just a little shim in there. I've unpacked my entire kit and I've been going through all the components and pulling out everything that is not allodyne and or needs to be dimpled. I've got my wing tanks in here. These are my rear spars. I've already taken all my ribs over there and rivets and a whole bunch of stuff. Got the tip tank, the aux tank on, bolts on through the web of the spar. You can see these two main bolts, there's 6 in total. And I've got the breather tubes in. This was by far the most consuming process, mainly because I wanted to make sure I've got them properly shielded. So I've got some Teflon tube in there. And yeah, it can still move if it needs to. So when you fit the main tank, you need to be able to pull this out. So the Teflon tube allows you to do that. Next up is wiring. This is the standard wiring harness that comes with the kit. Doing everything upside down makes wiring a bit harder. So I gotta preemptively fit the stringer and run the wiring through here. I've got some clamps that I'm gonna rivet on here and here just to neaten it up. Throw grommets in everywhere. And then that'll take care of the lighting out to the wingtip. So in addition to the standard harness, I'm running data and power out to the wingtip. The idea being I'm gonna fit a permanent sort of setup here for cameras. So I haven't designed it yet, but I'm gonna jump into CAD, design a set of stringers or a reinforcement plate that'll run along the bottom skin with an inspection panel here. And so I can, at any point, customize a mount, and then I'll have power and everything right here. I'll have a USB hub sitting right here. I'm using 2-core for ground and power, and then I'm using a 3-core for data.
Liberates me from my winter hell. I've got candles and candy. I can be your daddy if you only let me creep into your prison cell. Hey baby, can you tell? I'm not a...
Starting to look like a wing. I am absolutely exhausted. By far the most time consuming thing has been the fuel lines. So because of the high wing breather line setup, it's been so time consuming, and yeah, I need to cut another hole, taking a trace off of that one, which I'm going to use as my template. And I'm going to add a stringer here as well. Probably going to run it, well, I'm going to run it in line with that stringer there.
Like to go. I've got cigarettes and brandy, which could come in handy if you just help me loosen up my hand grenades fuse. Baby, don't refuse my truth, but it's up to you now to choose. I want you to stay true to what's right for you, no matter who. Oh, and know what will others say.
Right wing is done. I just got a final rivet line to do, but I'll do that when I do the tip. Gonna do this one now. Probably gonna be an all-nighter trying to get it done. A lot of work to do. I've already got the wiring harness in. This is the side with the pitot tube, so I need to put the regulator on. I'm gonna use these rubber standoffs, and I'm gonna mount it up here. That way I can access it through the inspection panel that's right here if I ever need to. Actually, I'll probably put it here because the inspection panel is right here.
I want you to stay
ourselves a set of wings. Pretty freaking stoked. Still got the wingtips to do, but other than that, we're done. Just busy introducing Teddy to the new wings, you know, making sure they're acquainted. But yeah, super stoked. They turned out really nice. And I set them in this position because I basically joined the jig here, perfectly level. And then I compared the washout on that end to this end. And these wings are absolutely identical. So very stoked with that. I'm gonna go fly for a bit. Beautiful work, everybody.
Why are you not carrying?
Standard bloody.
No, he claims it.
We carried it.
Got to. With a bit of imagination, there's a seat, there's a control.
Ah, this is exciting.
Why don't you bring your sleeping bag down here and just sleep in the airplane?
I'm going to. It'll probably be warmer than where I'm staying right now. Today's a big day. We gotta marry the tail with the main fuselage. The aluminum joins up with the composite right here. It's a very complex joint to have this jig, which is huge, but makes life way easier. I'm gonna get stuck in, and by the end of today, there should be an entire fuselage, which is very exciting. Okay, I didn't even plan this, but the fact that the Rotax banner is right there is pretty freaking exciting. There's a pretty big box, and in here is literally the heart of the machine, the heart of my airplane. I'm extremely lucky and excited and grateful to be in a position in my life where I get to own one of these. I'm a huge Rotax fan. If it wasn't for Rotax and the literal innovation that their engines brought to the industry, the creation of an entirely new category of aircraft, I would never have been able to fly. There was no way that I would have ever been able to afford to fly. I am incredibly grateful for this company, not only for their support on this project, but for their story, their odyssey. Oh, okay. I'm actually so excited. It's ridiculous. This is the fuse box. So this is gonna go on the firewall pretty much right away. ECU, dual lane ECU, and this needs to go on the firewall, but on the inside. And here, fuel pump assembly. I was contemplating getting the bigger oil tank. The only reason I would contemplate, or was contemplating using one, is because of my ocean crossings, but this is the standard size one. An operator's manual. I freaking love stickers. This is cool. These are really nice stickers. Oh, that is so exciting. I thought I'd actually give you guys like a thorough update on where we are, because a lot has changed. There's a lot of little stuff going on that is just not too exciting to film, but is super critical to the airplane. The fuel system is in, the fuel selector.
with hard lines running here. We have the header tank, engine ECU is in, boost pump. So this is a boost pump with a bypass one-way valve. There's a lot of little bonding work, so there's a few hard points that had to be bonded in. This is for the seat belt. In the back as well, the two big ones. And then rudder cables are in. These are all like quite complex little components that need to be built and fit. You know, it's a composite airplane for the most part, so there's a lot of delicate work to do here. Motor's on. This is unreal, honestly, to see it on here. The engine mount's been torqued, so it's on here for good. I might have mentioned to you guys the firewall forward stuff, so all of the routing of the cables, oil lines, and coolant lines. There's just the general install of the motor. I'm leaving up to the guys from the factory, because these guys are the best in the world with this stuff, and I can do it, but why not use the best guys in the world for the job if you can? So a bit of a painful one to surrender and leave it up to someone else, because the dream was to build this airplane entirely myself, but with the deadline that's just not going to happen. So tail here was an interesting one. This was a very complex job actually to rivet. I'm just going to lift this up. Just to show you guys, there's a lot of tension, a lot of material trying to conform around the ribs, and this is a pain in the butt. And the reason this is so complex is this is the tail dragger, obviously, so there's just a lot of brackets and reinforcements in here, and there's a double skin, there's an internal cradle. There's a lot of material in here, and riveting that and getting it to look good was a lot of work. So yeah, that's my airplane. It's looking freaking fantastic. You know, the wing box is not on yet. It is over there. Once it's put on, the turtle deck can be bonded in.
Today's the day. Today, a lot's happening today. It's Saturday. A lot of the guys are coming in today to help me put the wings on and close up the top box, essentially finish the entire structure of the airplane so that it can go to paint today. I need to also put the lines on it, do the majority of the line work, so it's just an enormous amount of work to do today.
Right, even though it's a Sunday, Sean was very kind to come by and inspect the carry through so that I can work late and finish up. So yeah, managed to close it up. Only problem is it's late, and so there's no pressure in the air system, so I don't have any of my normal tools right now, and I don't know how to put the major compressor on. So I had to hand pull these, which the Avinox are incredibly hard to pull. And you dip them in tank sealant before you put them in, so it got really messy, which I'm a bit annoyed about, but it is what it is. We have exactly 10 days until the DAR arrives. It's actually impossible for me to fathom right now. Yeah, it's consuming. It's very consuming, but I've been at it. Got a few jobs done today, so tomorrow essentially we'll be able to put the turtle deck on, which is the composite piece over the top, and then the airplane could go to paint, which is very exciting. This means paint is the most time-consuming thing here. Paint is gonna probably take a week. Hopefully less. So yeah, it's gonna be freaking crazy.
Oh man, that was hard work, but she's here. Sabat and the crew are gonna take good care of this airplane. These guys are artists. I can't thank Sabat and his crew enough for working so many late nights to get Zazu painted. I have less than 7 days to get Zazu into an airworthy condition and 9 days until the first flight. On top of that, I will need to do a minimum of 40 hours of Phase 1 flight testing before we depart on our flight across the Atlantic. Flying an airplane like this across oceans is extremely dangerous. There is simply no room for error. If I fuck up, I die. So the pressure is on. You don't start a project like this without being an optimist. But optimists also tend to bite off more than they can chew. And right now, I'm on the brink of choking. So it's time to call in some help.
Okay, this is gonna be terrible.
Meet William. We go way back, dreaming of filmmaking adventures since high school. William is a talented filmmaker and I'm flying him out to South Africa to help me film this madness. He'll also be keeping me company while we fly to America. He's not a pilot, but he is in charge of the snacks and I have no doubt he will work his magic behind the camera.
Very productive day, a bit chaotic on the road right now. Plane's looking a lot more ready for the DAR. I'm quickly running to the airport to pick up William. He's landing from New Zealand. I'm actually really excited. Like, it's re-energized me. I was like half an hour ago, I was definitely deflated. Yeah, I'm excited to have my friend here. I'm excited to have some company, and he's in for a hell of a culture shock. So I'm excited to see how he takes it all in. William's made it.
Holy shit.
He's exhausted, so we're gonna let him go to sleep and I'm gonna build, but pretty stoked.
Yeah. No camera time on me tonight.
Alright, so it's 10:30. I've got a list of jobs that I'm gonna push through to finish. So there's some brackets for the pedals that need to go on. I need to bond this in with a bit of resin and then lay up some glass. Overhead, all the overhead panels, riv nuts right around. But this is quite tricky, especially these, because there's a lot of alignment to do. We're, every time I talk about this, my brain just fries. But yeah, we have to do an engine start on Wednesday. It's Monday right now, 10 p.m. Monday. I genuinely have spent hours staring at this thing. It's every corner of it. It is an extraordinary piece of engineering, and I'm very excited to get to breathe some life into it. And the best part is, a bird decided to take a poop on it. And I'm pretty sure that's good luck. I didn't get as much done as I was hoping to. I've actually run out of riv nuts, otherwise I would have kept going, but still got a lot done. Got the pedals finished, so they're completely done. This is bonded in and riveted, as well as on the panel, so that's good. Center console is in. And then, yeah, I managed to do these two. I'm actually really happy with the fit. I was gonna block the paint, so I did it a little bit, but I'm gonna call it a night. I'm pretty tired. I feel like I did more. What else did I do? That might be it. That took me all night, but hey, got something done. Now it's time for bed.
Yeah. Go a little bit down, JP.
Leechlet, you're gonna be part of the party. I saw it.
Yeah, I told you.
That's freaking beautiful. Oh.
Isn't it?
So Lichle stormed over one afternoon, showed up with some samples with this cream stitching that she found, and I was sold. It's magic. My entire interior is going to be black except this subtle little trim every now and then to just give a hint of the color scheme. So. And the one. What? So we got a wild Sean there in his natural habitat, inspecting my airplane. He just sneaks in and then he'll start doing his thing.
The writing a little bit smaller and just this surface area.
Yeah.
Smaller diameter, then we could probably.
That's my airplane. Look at it. It's looking like an airplane. It's pretty surreal.
As well as building our airplanes, we're also focused on the daunting task of preparing for the trip ahead. It's very unusual to fly these distances in this type of airplane. That means there's a whole lot of paperwork and flight planning that needs to be in order for us to fly from country to country. We also have a lot of survival preparation and training to do in case of an emergency landing out at sea. This is as real as it gets, so we're meeting at James's house to iron out the details. So here's the problem. We're in South Africa. That's a long way from North America. Linda and I intend to register our airplanes directly onto the FAA registry. This means we have to obtain all the relevant approvals to have our airworthiness inspection completed and obtain permission to complete our 40-hour Phase 1 flight testing in a foreign country. This is an impossibly hard thing to accomplish, and we're not even sure it's ever been done before. Matt, John, and James have been absolute legends orchestrating this bureaucratic dance, and the entire trip hangs on the balance of this one decision.
Well, I can tell you what, we are not so confident that we're going to have the aeroplanes done.
No, they are. Fuck it.
Mike,
I'm confident.
is that a commitment? Okay. So who wants to go via St. Helena and who wants to go via Capo Verde? St. Helena.
St. Helena.
Looked in it off, I need to say something.
And there's cloud on Wednesday, and even thicker on Thursday, and then on Friday there's cloud, and then on Saturday there's cloud, and then on Sunday there's cloud, and it's onto the floor.
So, safety and weather-wise, the route to go is Cape Verde.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what that means, eh?
That means we're going to St. Helena.
We've got to go Cape Verde.
And I don't think we need to do it tonight, but I think we should talk through, and maybe you should help us with it. A thing where we talk through, if a plane goes down, what the plan is, the ditch, basically. Because the ditch, we've got to be able to get the right stuff out, and I think that you'll be able to do a dry suit with warm stuff underneath. So in the last week,
we'll practice.
We'll do a little session, yeah.
So that's the trick. I mean, the trick is you practice.
Yeah.
10 pencil flares. We should go and shoot one outside right now.
We should go look. James. James, don't shoot that. It's probably a good idea only to load it once you're outside.
Outside.
Let's go and check it out. 1, 2, 3.
Is it going to go off?
Hey!
What I've said though is that...
This is our dry suit.
Oh wow.
Okay, so then the zip opens here.
And then you got to get your head sort of in.
Do you have a pool, James?
I do a cold pool.
We're gonna try it out tonight.
Winter Johannesburg swimming pool without heating.
So all the gaskets are...
They quite kind of...
What are we doing when we need to toss?
we got...
Oh, look at that.
So my first impression is that we made a good call.
It's a win, yeah.
My first impression is an absolute win. be an accident and suffocate by mistake.
Yeah.
Donning it.
Oh yeah.
And it happened to be across your face and you die.
That'd be the least dignifying way to be found.
Yeah.
It's inflating.
Yeah, mine is. Look at this. I can feel the pressure. I feel really good about this. I really do.
So, $250 including shipping versus $4,000 and terrible customer service. So,
if I can go to hell. Between 6 of these, at the proper cost, these would have cost us like close to R500,000.
yeah.
And instead, they've cost us like 35,000 rand or something like that.
Yeah.
Before we get excited,
Let's go jump in there.
Okay, just over it.
Yep.
Are we ready to go, guys?
Ready.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Well, we float quite good.
Just look at that, man.
That's impressive.
I'm trying to work out because I'm getting wet sometimes.
I'm not. This is a good test.
Yeah.
This water is very cold.
Oh,
But look, the coating. So we have one issue.
what's that?
I screamed like a little girl when we jumped.
Okay, guys, we've got to film it again.
Someone do a flip this time. So no leaks at all.
So far.
I am an absolute coward. I hate cold water.
Yeah.
I'm a real wussy. I mean, when it comes to that.
I'm impressed.
But I could hang out here for a couple of hours.
How you feeling?
A-okay. Let's hope we don't have to use them for this purpose.
Hoodies and gloves in our grab bags. I think that would be a good
Yeah, like a nice neoprene hood and everything else. Man, look at this thing. She's beginning to look like a proper airplane.
I'm being a real little schoolboy and I'm going to pull it out for no reason other than...
Just to look at it. I'm going to stay that long then. Do you see? So I've actually not seen it on a tail wheel yet.
Neither have I. It's the first time. First time it's actually on its wheels properly. So the Afrikaans would say this is purely for lekkerte.
For the pleasure of it.
Yeah. Or the squeak of new tires. It's rare that you get to be this excited as an adult, you know? Moving! A little bit faster than she'll fly. Ah, look at that. Single calipers a little bit. Brakes. But I can always...
There is a moment when an aeroplane flies though, when it's like the equivalent for me of a birth of a human, because it's when sort of, it's when the physical turns to spirit, you know?
Yeah.
That
And then
moment.
it starts making memories and it sort of starts being a part of people's lives, you know?
That it acquires a personality. See you
Yeah, it's fun.
tomorrow morning and then dinner tomorrow night.
Sounds good. I think the craziest thing is that in 14 days we're going to be over the Atlantic Ocean in this airplane. In 14 days.
They do.
Are we doing on the right wing there?
A tiny wheel.
It was left on, so there's not much juice left.
What are we about to do?
We're about to fire up for the first time. And I don't have my watch, but what's today? The 3rd. So we leave in... The planned departure day was in 7 days from now. So...
That many days.
Yeah, it's a bit later than I thought it would be, but I'm very excited. Like, it's been a long time in the making, so...
Look at the crowd we got as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And it's freezing cold. Everybody ready?
Ready.
This main pump. lot of things that make Zazu special. But the best part is all the amazing people that have stepped up to make this dream of mine happen. It takes a small army and a relentless love for adventure to pull off a project like this in 4 months. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. A logistics masterclass by everyone at Sling, making sure I get all the parts in time and to make sure we're ready for all the required inspections. I'm in awe of all of you. There's a very particular smell. There's something special about it.
The moment we're riding our bicycles tonight, JP said, the moment I'm waiting for is when I'm sitting on the apron in Lanceria waiting for my taxi instructions. The aeroplane is full of fuel. I've got everything I need and we're going. And so I thought about it and I felt exactly the same way. And I'm waiting for the same feeling. But for me, it's going to come 3.5 hours later when I'm over the Caprivi, about to enter Angola.
I'm going to rephrase that. The moment my wheels leave the ground.
As they leave the ground. Because there comes a sort of a point exactly where they can't put a barrier down in front of you. Take out the handcuffs. You're like, cheers.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I've been wandering down the same road.
As first flights go, this isn't the riskiest I've done, but the relentless pace leading up to this moment puts a lot of underlying tension on this flight. We're down to the wire. I have 7 days to do 40 hours of phase 1 flight testing before we depart. That means it's extremely important for this main flight to go well. If any major issues pop up, the race to Oshkosh is over.
Have fun, JP. Thanks, dude. Thanks, Martin.
Sure.
See you guys.
Sweet, bro.
Thanks.
This flight is more of a shakedown than a test flight, making sure that everything is working in harmony as intended and a matter of finding the things that aren't.
For me, I feel like when an aeroplane flies, it's the opposite of the usual saying. It goes from the profane to the sacred. It's that moment when kind of matter becomes spirit in a way. And JP's been working on this aeroplane like non-stop for 4 months. So it is just a moving moment. This is the last of the 3, which is going to go to the States. In 7 days' time, that aeroplane's going to take off and fly to Oshkosh. Big moment. Take a sip, my man. Big moment, eh? Well done. Very, very elegantly done. How's your heart? Doing all right?
No, I'm fine. I'm just emotional.
Well done, dude.
Good time to be emotional.
And that right there will forever be one of the greatest moments of my life. I don't know if I'll ever be able to quantify or put into words what this experience has meant to me, and maybe it's supposed to be that way. Maybe some things are better left unspoken and to simply be felt.
It's happening. Zazu's buttoned up, SHW's buttoned up, and Linda's plane is buttoned up. I've genuinely had such a good time, man.
I'm glad. JP, I love you, bro. You've been amazing.
It's a very interesting atmosphere right now. There's like this enormous excitement, but also this subtle nervousness.
Ready? Woo-hoo-hoo!
Doesn't take Will very long to get into the...
Well, a whole load of
because he's munching food. He's
get
munching.
out of it.
This is our snack bag, guys. This weighs more than any of the other bags, and it's filled to the absolute brim. And yeah, it's happening. We're at Lanzaria.
We're doing it.
Could I find a flight plan, please? It's a flight of 3 aircraft, so it's 03 in number. It's a formation flight, yeah. In Luanda, Fox November Lima uniform. Total elapsed time is 0930.
Everybody's here. Matt's just showed up. We're ready.
William's on his way to Barbados with those shorts.
Turns out, the Atlantic Ocean is really big. Wisconsin is 8,000 miles away. Zazu has a standard range of 900 miles. Our longest flight will be 2,600 miles. So, we're gonna need more fuel.
It's a gorgeous morning for it.
Nice thick air.
Yes, nice and cool, eh?
Isn't that sweet to have a 210 next to us, JP?
Exactly.
We modified each plane by taking the back seats out and building a set of custom fuel tanks that extend our flight time up to 20 hours if needed. If the winds are good, that'll be enough. If not...
Wilson, where are you?
This is it.
Feels like an adventure. Feels real. It's a nice cool morning, which we really need because Lens area is very high in altitude, so we got some thick air to work with.
What are you doing with those muffins?
Okay, we are ready. JP's ready. Tell when you're ready.
This takeoff is about as dangerous as it gets. We each have 1,000 pounds of highly flammable fuel on board, 600 of which is right behind our seats. Being the only tail dragger in the group means that I really need to be on my A game, because if things go wrong, they're gonna go really wrong. This is as real as it gets.
Okay, Charles, Zulu Uniform Sierra Hotel Whiskey and Company ready for takeoff, and with your permission, please we could take off in our own timing.
Sierra Hotel Whiskey and Company, copy surface wind calm, cleared takeoff, report zone outbound, left hand, climb to 5,500 feet.
Thank you, cleared for takeoff in own timing. We'll report zone outbound next, initially at 5,500 feet. Sierra Hotel Whiskey and Company.
Oh, that's a beautiful sunrise. Okay, that was sketch. Snack time.
Oh yeah, I fully devoured half of the Pringles.
When?
Yesterday.
Oh. Warm those up a bit. Would you like an iced tea?
I would love a nice tea. Dude, where are the cup holders?
Yeah, I gotta work on that.
You know what food I'm gonna miss the most?
Rusks.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
What are you struggling with?
It didn't want to go in. Because it was getting soggy as I was pushing it in.
So it seems we have our first weak link, which is William. He needs to take a leak. I'll update you guys on how this is going to go.
Good luck, William. Don't get stage fright.
Just think of it, you're in the field with the sheep.
And then push it out the air vent here and just do it out the aeroplane. I don't think you guys will struggle with it.
That's a pretty small hole, James. I'm impressed.
You know.
See, I can't use any of this on video now.
After hearing all of that, I'm going to hold off as long as I can.
Linda and I sitting here drinking coffee and eating fricadella.
This is what we live for, right?
This is epic. You look beautiful there, JP.
It's pretty epic that we get to do this and that through some sort of weird odyssey we've all found ourselves.
Thank you all. I do actually get quite emotional when I think about it. And here, of course, we have the benefit, me and Matt, of listening to Afrikaner Boere liedjes while we go. It's just so emotional. Shit, Mike, we've had some adventures, man.
Yeah, man, it's been amazing.
It really has been a journey.
While Will is taking a... I want to update you guys. We're about to hit the Namibian border and then cross over into Angola. That's James. He's playing music over the radio the whole time. We're having the time of our lives because it's so rare to get to do an international flight over these distances as a flight of 3. So the chit chat and everything is just fantastic. How was that?
A close call. I almost ran out of...
Yeah, I ran out. I had to stop prematurely.
Yeah. But no spillage.
My technique works, eh?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a turn around, but it's a good,
I don't see how else you do it.
It's actually quite cool because this Namibian borderline has got 3 fences.
Look at that, John.
If we turn 90 degrees left right now and kept going for 45 minutes, that's where I was born. At least Zazu got to fly over Namibia for a bit, you know?
This is your captain speaking. Welcome to Angola. And we have 5 hours and 1 minute of flying left.
Never thought I'd be this relieved to be in Angola.
I'm relieved as well. Guys, that was a good effort.
It's been a very long days of flying. Also, it hasn't been the most comfortable flight because I've packed quite poorly. A few lessons learned today, but other than that, the airplane ran beautifully, and I've been sleeping much for weeks now, but last night was also not what I had hoped it would be.
William and I are both wearing Otavi sunglasses. Otavi is my own company that I started out of a need for eyewear that is made to last, looks good, and is extremely comfortable to wear in all circumstances, but especially while flying with a headset. These are the real deal. We used real Italian acetate, 5 barrel hinges, and the Zeiss lenses are specifically designed to avoid color shift when flying behind digital flight instruments. If you use code ZAZU on our website, you'll get $35 off any pair of Otavis. We also have a live expedition page on the Otavi website where you can track all my future flights.
The last place I would have worn this was Kiribati. This is something pretty cool that we're doing right now.
Zulu uniform is here, Hotel Whiskey. Good afternoon, go ahead.
Hello, we are flight of 3 light aircraft inbound, 1,500 feet from the southeast. Clear joining and landing, please.
Zulu uniform is here, Hotel Whiskey. Report 7 nautical miles inbound. Handling use 23 2810 11.
Doing the same old stuff. Fixing aeroplanes.
It never ends, eh?
Never ends, ever since I was a young chicken.
Things are going great. We got fuel, checked the engine, everything's good. They did overfill me. I asked for 65 liters a side in the back, and they ended up filling them up. So I have way more fuel than I wanted, and at a great expense because it's $4 a liter. But in general, actually feeling really good. It was a long day's flying, but the airplane performed beautiful, and I'm so glad to be here. And things are just, yeah, we're having a good old adventure.
No, he's been taking care of everything. So he's going to split it at the end.
We had originally planned to only spend one night in Luanda, but we don't have our required permissions yet for our flight to Ghana, and so we have no choice but to spend a full day here. The truth is, it's kind of a welcome delay. We're all in need of a bit of rest, and we're able to use this time to flight plan, prepare, and explore a bit of Luanda.
What's the...
You can't take James anywhere. Look at the papu. And we never saw James again.
It's got my credit card. It's got my passport.
Where's your pen? I've
my
got your bag. Where's your pen? Hey?
You don't want to get naked near my car because there's shit coming.
And then hope you get money to cave. You start your mate to buy them back from him. Hey?
And now we have to walk the streets of Luanda with a naked man.
These are my underpants, which are busy drying.
Yeah.
It's a nice piece of meat.
Nice. Are the coals inside there? What's that?
Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
Morning.
So move the seat right back. Then make sure your seatbelt is tight, tight, tight.
We arrived in Luanda yesterday. We were expecting to fly to Accra today, but we didn't get permission in time. And all of today it's been kind of nail biting, waiting for the permit, and we just got permission. So we're on, airplanes are fueled, we're heading to Ghana, and we have the Cape Verde permit and the Ivory Coast permit. For the next 2 days, it's gonna be pretty intense.
Today's a big deal. We have 1,400 miles ahead of us, which should take us about 10 hours, all of which will be over the Atlantic Ocean.
Today's the first legit water crossing. We gotta wear life jackets, gotta get the life raft accessible, and we're gonna have to wear our immersion suits today. It's getting real. And I also need to find a way to make a little cargo net to keep everything back, just in case we do have to go in. I don't want anything coming forward. This is the most important. This has water in it and rescue stuff.
You know, JP?
See, I like those carabiners. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you need big ones though, so that because the big ones you can get undone easily.
Yeah.
Whereas the little ones are fiddly, you know?
Yeah.
In an emergency, your hands are going like this.
Yeah.
We're looking okay.
I don't think formation flights are a thing here, so filing a flight plan for 3 airplanes is confused them a bit, so we're waiting for them to sort that out or figure it out, or we might just file for 3 different flight plans. But this happens a lot. This is round the world flying. This is a lot of sitting and waiting. Gotta hurry up and wait.
QNH 1015, start 16, start up approved.
1015, start up approved. Sierra talking.
I feel really alive right now. Like everything's very real.
Yeah, this does feel like a weird trip.
Yeah, everything's like a little heightened. Not perfectly comfortable either, you know, like we're warm and sweaty and our suits are cumbersome. That's a long way.
That is a fucking long way. This is it.
I love this shit though. You're more nervous than I thought you'd be.
I'm so worried about how I'm gonna piss. Oh, is this a flat pad?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm ready when you are.
Okay, Mark, you ready? We're good to go.
I may or may not have to empty my pee bottle while we're taxiing. Do you have to do yours?
Yeah, hadn't really thought about that.
As we go a little further, I'm gonna...
Are you gonna be mad if it gets on your plane?
Yeah, very. I'm throwing you out.
Zulu uniform Sierra to Wix tax holding point runway 23 via taxi Bravo.
Pumps on, controls are full and free. Heading bug is set, 230. Temperatures and pressures all on the green. You're secure?
Yeah.
Seat all the way back. Doors are closed. Lights are on. No rolling. JP's rolling.
Great, our takeoff is fine. Taxi in position at home.
I'm just going to stay low and build speed while we can. Okay, JP's up, things are looking good.
Well done. Dudes?
That's it. We're out over the ocean. Not gonna see land again for the next 10 hours.
Oh my god. This is just crazy. People just don't do this.
Okay, we're gonna go direct to activate nav mode. I want to start the timer for this tank. Okay, 1500 and entering the soup now.
Here we go.
Yep, I'm on top, 5,550.
That is so cool. I think every day it sinks in that we're really doing this. Like, sometimes I don't always feel completely present.
Completely present.
Yeah, because it is such an unusual feeling. But I think by the time that we get to Ghana and maybe Cape Verde, I will be fully in the moment. I think it's like, this will be a pivotal moment in my life, I think.
It's something special to realize a moment's going to change your life, or an experience going to change your life while you're experiencing it. Often you only realize that retrospectively.
Yeah.
Level at 6.5, 10 knots on the tail.
That is so beautiful. You know, it is an element, this is as close to a religious experience as I get. We're out over the ocean. We've got a tailwind, like I'm so relieved. The sun is doing his job. It's beautiful.
This is it. Time of our lives.
JP, you guys are 30 seconds away from crossing the equator.
Happy days.
JP, this is the exact moment. You're right over the equator right now.
Sucks to be you guys over on the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, calling you in the northern hemisphere from the southern hemisphere. We've got a minute to run. I missed it. We went 3 of a minute north.
This is just so cool. Do you see what I see?
That land?
That is land.
Holy shit.
That is land. last 4 hours have been very long.
Hello, Tower, Verde from Sierra Hotel Whiskey and Company. We're currently 5 miles inbound, joining on the left downwind runway 21, and awaiting field traffic on final.
Uniform Sierra Hotel Whiskey Accra Tower, good afternoon. Wind 210 degrees 17 knots, temperature 27, QNH 1012. Join and report left downwind for runway 21.
That's just so unbelievably sick. It definitely feels more vibrant, more green.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Zulu Uniform Sierra Hotel Whiskey, wind 210 degrees 15 knots, QNH 1012, clear to land, runway 21.
Jet. After like 9 hours in the air, it's really hard to get into landing mode.
Yeah.
And so they're never perfect after a long flight.
So we're on a mission for fuel, and then for the spark plug spanner.
Yeah. So we negotiate to get in through that entrance.
The plan is to try and not buy AFGAS. We want to get MoGas in, because AFGAS is $8.50 a litre.
$8.50. I mean, I have to work an extra year to pay for the filling up the balloons.
It's just insane. It's absolutely insane.
For my aeroplane.
Mike is such a determined man.
I'm gonna go get the fuel.
Not a negotiating right now.
So while Mike and Matt are sorting out the fuel situation, I'm gonna head off to Zazu to do an oil change and sort out a stuck heater, which was causing me problems yesterday. Mike has arrived to help me.
My job.
Yeah. You can't escape it, you know?
Can't escape it, which I don't mind, to be honest.
It's been an incredibly long day. Fuel is still a problem, but we should in theory get it still today. So tomorrow we'll be off to Cape Verde. I'm gonna try and get some food in now, and then to head back to the airport.
It's really hard to overstate how frustrating today was. Even though we decided to end up buying the really expensive AFGAS, did not come easy. We had to get all sorts of ridiculous approvals, and it's 9 p.m. and we're only getting fuel now. It's been a day. Even though it's been slow and frustrating, everybody's been so friendly. I really wish I had more time in Ghana, because this place seems pretty freaking awesome.
I can quite honestly say, JP, one of my longest days of flying ever.
Yeah.
One of the longest.
So I'm having a quick look at the weather for tomorrow, and we have our work cut out for us.
Coffee is the only thing that gets a pilot going in the morning. That's an avgas.
Are you nervous?
Not as nervous as the crossing.
The first one?
Yeah, that had me pretty nervous, but...
I would be more nervous if I was you.
For this one.
Today's flight is a big one. We're flying 13 hours out to sea to avoid the most severe part of a large convective tropical storm that's right in between us and our destination. We're on our way to Cape Verde, which is in the main development area for North Atlantic hurricanes. And yeah, it happens to be hurricane season. Believe it or not, this is actually pretty good weather for this part of the world, and we have a limited window to make use of it. We could wait weeks for another break in the weather, so this is the best chance we have at making Oshkosh on time.
Whiskey on reaching, cleared for takeoff on runway 21, wind 270 degrees 05 knots.
Got clear takeoff on reaching and got the wind 0 Whiskey and Company. Okay guys, good luck everybody.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah, happy.
Everything's good, we're on the right tank, got quantity.
Everybody looking good?
Yep, we are.
I'm good.
Lovely calm day so far. Bit of a headwind, but the sea's very calm.
So as you cut that corner at Inaka there, James, your tailwind should increase quite a bit.
You're right. We're on 1291 back up now, guys.
You want to try 1291 and then we can try to reach the other guy again if you want.
Jonathan says he's seeing 10 knots at 5,000 and 10 knots at 10,000. So we can make a choice.
Behind us.
Yeah, for the next part of the leg, tailwinds.
Why don't you go, JP, and let us know?
Alright, I'll be the guinea pig.
Are those guinea pig noises?
Sounds like a dying guinea pig. Okay, happy days at 10,000 with a 10-knot tailwind. So great job, Jonathan.
So good. I mean, we have been unbelievably lucky with the weather, guys.
So far.
Long may it continue.
Crazy how quick the world just starts to look very mad and angry. Like the color of the ocean, everything.
You remember that night we were standing in the hangar? And we're like, just imagine when we're going to be out over the ocean, dodging storms. And that was just a quiet little night at the airport.
I think the craziest thing is that in 14 days we're going to be over the Atlantic Ocean in this airplane.
It's hard to know what's ahead of us. It could also just be rain, but it could be more. To the left looks worse. To the right looks worse. So all we can really do is aim and go. I'm picking up the first few raindrops. He hasn't replied to me in 35 minutes, so yeah, not sure what to do, but this is a dark wall up ahead. This is where it gets real, dude.
Throughout this flight, we have Jonathan in South Africa sending us weather updates over the satellite phone. But as we're approaching the storm, the satellite phone is becoming unreliable, and his updates are no longer getting through. In his last message, he gave us a set of coordinates that would take us further out to sea and south of the major storm. We couldn't agree on routing as a group, so we decided to split, as it tends to be best to make your own decisions in these situations. So I'm diverting using Jonathan's recommended coordinates. While this does put me clear of most of the storm, I would still have to contend with a narrow band of thunderstorms. And the plan was to have Jonathan give me more precise feedback on any embedded cells as I got closer. But since no satellite messages are getting through, I'm on my own now.
Okay, I might climb some more. I just want to be above this stuff. I am on the limit here though, so I do need to start looking for icing. Just gonna lower my seat. I don't hit my head in case we get something big. I think we've flown directly into that cell that they just texted us about. So now the only real way to deal with this is just to not speed up too much and to not get too slow and just ride it out. There's nothing quite like emerging from a storm, and it's just blue skies ahead, and now we're going to watch the sunset over the Atlantic Ocean. The level of euphoria I'm feeling right now is just unmatched.
Nice, man. Been quite a long day, eh? 13 hours of flying. It's a long day of flying.
It's been a long few days, you know. It's been really, I probably don't do the best job of hiding it, but it's been hard.
It has been hard. The admin yesterday was tough as well.
Yeah. This is blowing my mind right now.
It's almost like they've been living out here sneakily.
Yeah, like quiet.
Yeah.
The lighthouse, there's a lot to explore here, actually.
Yeah. This place is beautiful.
Yeah, so cool. Alright, I better nail this landing. I haven't had a good one in a while.
was pretty good.
That wasn't too bad.
Will be off. The mast is on the way.
Oh, I live for this shit. Oh, this is so cool. So cool. That was a long day in the air.
It's gonna sound ridiculous, and I know that we're not, but it feels like you're an explorer when you're doing this shit. Like,
yeah, you definitely feel a little bit like you're, you know, one of those early explorers going places. It's only a taste of what they did, though.
Yeah.
You fucking did it. Oh, cut. You did it.
I fucking did it.
No, well done, dude.
That was a big flight. That was way more than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, that was worth it, though. So rewarding, seeing the island.
So rewarding.
Just about to turn 5 o'clock and very hot and muggy. Flying to Barbados today. It's going to be a long flight. It's 2,100 nautical miles, so it's the same distance as Hawaii to California. But we have really good tailwinds, so we should have about a 14-hour flight today. It's going to be a big one. Everyone's very tired. I've had the most sleep out of everybody. But it's still an early morning, so I'm expecting I've got about 6-7 hours in me until I get tired. It's interesting because on a flight like this, the airframe, you know, I know it's going to be fine, and the engine's going to be fine. It's more just about install, so checking all the lines, making sure that nothing's chafing through or rubbing through.
Let's taxi to the top of runway 21 and let's roll like 3 or 4 minutes apart. Give ourselves just a little bit of a break.
Let's clean your windscreen.
Oh, we don't have a squawk yet. I mean, it's going to be, so we'll have to get on the radio, and we probably all have to have our own radio, I think.
Okay. All right.
Zulu Uniform Sierra Hotel Whiskey, TC clearance is available.
From the good morning. We are, in fact, a flight of 3 aircraft. We would request, please, to do our own spacing. We are Zulu Uniform Sierra Hotel Whiskey, November 669 Juliet Papa, and November 915 Hotel Whiskey, from Praia to Grantee Adams, Barbados, and request taxi.
This is going to be a very difficult takeoff for me because it's at night, so my references are limited. The good thing is I have extraordinarily strong landing lights. Okay, controls are 4 and 3. All the pumps are on. Lights are set. Fuel is on the right tank.
Okay, guys, we are ready. JP, are you ready?
Yep, I'm going to time you for 3 minutes and then I'll roll.
I think that's a good idea. Mike and Linda?
Yep, we're ready. We'll time 3 minutes off to JP.
You looking alright there, James?
We looking good?
Okay, JP's rolling.
It is properly docked. It is 00 around. JP, are you guys?
I'm good. Climbing out at 100 knots, 200 feet a minute.
Perfect. We did that as well.
Alright. That was actually the best takeoff I've done yet.
Okay, starting to get in horizon. Mike and Linda?
Mike and Linda, how are you guys doing?
They did say rolling.
Did you hear them just before, or have they been silent for a minute or two?
Stand by, we're coming.
Okay.
45 minutes late out, guys, not too bad.
Yeah, that was the longest wait for clearance in a while.
Quite painful. Well, we've got a 1 knot tailwind already, dude.
Off to a great start.
Look at that island ahead of us. The thing is 6,000 feet, as small as it is.
Must be a volcano.
Yeah, it's probably go just right at it, I think.
That is so cool.
About 4 hours and 10 minutes into our crossing to Barbados, and the tailwinds are beautiful. We have 40 knots on the tail right now, been averaging about 165 to 170 knots. So yeah, this is a big crossing, you know, it would be about 14 hours total, I think, 13 and a half. At this rate, it'll only be 13, which is great. But I've learned over time to not get my hopes up too much, because over the next 9 hours, a lot can still happen, like a lot can still change. I don't know much about those props, but I do recall that Sean, during the crossing from Madagascar, when he had a good pitch going, he turned the prop off on the switch for it to hold pitch.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Okay, I'm going to text Sean right now.
Traffic.
I'm not going to turn it off yet, because it appears to be holding its position, but it does flash red.
So things just escalated very quickly without any warning. Yeah, James's prop is busy failing, and it's very nerve-wracking because we still have 9 hours ahead of us. So he would, I mean, he can't turn back because of the headwind. It would just take forever to get back. Yeah, I mean, fuck, at this point our no wind range is 1,640 miles. He might still make it, with a full fine prop. Every hour that we carry on at this speed, we buy ourselves time.
Okay, switching the prop off. Prop is off, and we'll monitor.
Oh man, I'd be so nervous right now.
Yeah, I'd be nervous too, but there are ways to work around this, you know. He would probably drop to like 130 knots with this wind if it went full fine. That would mean it's going to take him 11 hours to get there. And we still have 12 and a half hours of fuel, so he would, in theory, be okay.
Yeah.
How are you looking, James?
We're looking good. Prop staying absolutely rock steady. So we haven't had it on in an hour and 12 minutes. And everything 100% cool.
Cool. Yeah, I see you did drop off on the speed a bit, but it's probably better to do that than risk anything else.
Yeah, we don't want to change too much. When we get into sync, you know, we come back slightly on the throttle. What we can't control as well as our fuel burn. We quite quickly get into a kind of like rich state.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. That is the most economical way there anyway. And so it'll just be a half an hour longer. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I think that's probably about right. We're still doing 161 over the ground. I mean, that's pretty bloody good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. are 4.5 hours out, 700 nautical miles from Barbados. It's been a long flight. James has managed to find a solution to the propeller issue for now. At least he's able to, it appears he'll get to Barbados without much of a speed loss. Like we had about 4 knots, 5 knots that we had to pull back. This is just too cool. We just crossed the Atlantic Ocean. We're on descent in a stacked formation into Barbados. It doesn't get any better than this.
He gave us stickers.
Man's in full holiday mode.
I'm sorry to say I'm abandoning you today. In my slops.
I can tell you, I'm feeling a whole lot better than last night.
Yes.
We literally have not lifted our heads since we left Johannesburg. We've worked physically, emotionally, intellectually to make plans, and we were tired when we left, you know. And you are literally using all of your faculties on a trip like this.
Cheers, JP. What a pleasure to fly with you, man. Okay, have a good flight, guys. I'm going to track you all the way.
You're going to Europe?
Going to Europe.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah.
And your wife is waiting?
My wife's waiting.
And a lovely holiday. Yeah, times 10. Man.
And I'll see you in Zurich.
I'll see you in Zurich. That's very exciting. I'm super
test
excited.
fly the electric sling. We're going to go and fly the electric sling in Zurich. Next month.
It's legit sad to leave Mike behind. Yeah. Getting to do the trip with him meant a lot to me. So even though we had to say bye early, it's better than not having him at all on the trip.
Just because I wasn't able to update.
Very good thing. Look at that.
Is that a lot?
That's quite a bit of water, yeah.
But look how much fuel you wasted.
Because everybody's got a gas escalator out. You know, they've all got water. So obviously the water was in the fuel.
As long as there's liquid in the tank.
Yeah.
Just waiting for a start clearance. William's flying with Linda today because Mike's left us. And so she wanted some company on the trip. And so, yeah, it's just me today.
Yeehaw!
Can't wait to fire up to get some cool air going because it's hot. It's really hot.
Zulu Uniform Sierra Hotel Whiskey, formation flight, Adams to Nassau, Bahamas. VFR, enter space, flight level 85 and below. Left turn off for departure, squawk 2704.
Time up.
I'm ready. Off to the Bahamas. Alright, here we go. Power set, TSP's on the green. About 40 inches.
The dreams in the big stars. The dreams in the big stars. There's a road that follows everywhere you go. I stole your golden chaser, but I never meant to steal. not in my nature. But if you try again.
Man, we're having a great time today. Like, today's flying is really, really fun. Got a lot of little thunderstorms and stuff, but the spirits are high in the team. We're about 4 hours and 20 minutes out from Nassau, so things are looking up.
Give me that look again.
Yeah, I reckon we prioritize beer, and after beer, we discuss.
I want a coconut with an umbrella and a straw.
Yes, please.
Got to send this tape to you. And I'll go.
Man, this was such a great flight. It was really cruisy, comfortable. You know, we're at the point where we really trust our machines and lots of islands left, right, and center, so we were never really worried. So just in general, a beautiful flight, and about to land in Nassau. Spend the day here tomorrow.
Zulu Uniform Sierra Hotel Whiskey, join finals to runway 10 on present heading, and you can contact Tower 119.5. Advise them your flight of 3. The 119.5 for the tower, we'll maintain our heading towards turning finals. Thank you.
Alright, we're in Nassau. That pretty much concludes our crossing, because it's just a quick hop over to the US, and then we're pretty much there.
How sick was that?
That was pretty rad. That was a good flight. That went by so fast as well. Like, we're all landing with energy and...
Yeah.
Strong.
We're gonna go snorkel.
Booty. We're gonna go see a tortoise under the water. Tortoise. A tortoise.
We're gonna see some whales too.
Some fucking tortoises.
All I can say is that flying from Barbados to Bahamas, a very easy thing to do.
See?
It's just not difficult. Taking you places.
And Linda smashed it.
Yeah, because you got to, I mean, you had the aeroplane flying fast, fuel efficiently.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got that rubbish my blood out.
I freaking love the Bahamas.
If you'd seen us last night, we were literally, I mean, I want to say we were tired, but it's not actually, we were absolutely on our knees with exhaustion, but we were down and out as well. And we were, you know, kind of frustrated, falling apart at the seams, miserable. I mean, everything was going wrong. And we sat down and took stock. And then today, I'll tell you what is brilliant. We left Johannesburg now 8 days ago, this evening, and we have had a humping tailwind.
The entire freaking way.
Every kilometre.
Every minute of every.
Every nautical mile. From Johannesburg to the flipping Bahamas. We want to go to your home so badly.
I know, it doesn't
but I
make
think
sense.
today is not going to be the time.
The other thing I was looking at was the winds picking up out there, and it's...
That's fine. No, I think we should try to get. I was saying before, let's go as west and north as we can get, and.
Yeah, so that's.
Nice to meet you. I watched you and Louie fly around the world. Yeah, when I was in middle school, it's so funny. I was like, I recognize.
Middle school.
Yeah, I was like JP. I was like, I recognize him. I was like, I know him from somewhere. But yeah, I watched your videos.
That's wicked.
Yeah, I was like,
wicked.
I really recognize.
And now you're a pilot, instrument rated, the whole lot.
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
He's a better pilot than any of us, I'll tell you that much. He's the only reason we got in here.
There's a massive squall line between like North Carolina and Illinois, and it's huge. So we want to work our way to it and then sit in an FBO and make a plan, because we need to get above it if we can today, because it's expanding and it's going to get nasty. So we want to get to Illinois today if we can. Otherwise we won't make it to Oshkosh. It would really suck to have come this far and not make it Oshkosh.
Descent into Decatur County. We're going to land there, quickly grab a courtesy car, get the guys to fuel up the plane, and then we're going to, the planes, and we're going to have a quick lunch, probably do a Denny's run, and then we're going to get back in and head up north.
I'm retired in 2 years and 8 months, so. I know it. Yep, I'm done. Done.
Okay guys, today let's not fly so we can't fly no more.
Louisville, Kentucky.
November 669er, Juliet to Papa flight. You can make straight in runway 24, cleared to land.
Cover that, straight in 24, clear to land. 69 Pop and flight. Those are just stunning right now.
Yeah.
I am so happy.
We actually haven't had many sunsets on this flight.
We haven't, no. We really haven't.
Bravo, number 2 to follow Cessna on base.
We've come all the way from South Africa directly here in the last 8 days. Off to Oshkosh tomorrow.
Alright, well enjoy Louisville. You guys staying overnight?
We're staying overnight and we'll be out tomorrow morning for Oshkosh.
Good luck at Oshkosh. It'll be fun flying in there. I've been watching that.
Brilliant, thanks man.
We are almost there.
Doesn't even feel freaking real.
What are we doing?
Going to Oshkosh, dude. This is very exciting. We're 3 hours away. This is the pinnacle. This is the epitome. This is the finale. The benefit is this is also getting less aggressive.
Yeah.
So in
it's
the next
definitely dissipated.
in the next half
because that was all red.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, it was nice.
That band was red.
It was nice.
Okay, so in 30 minutes
we go.
Yeah. And because it takes us 30 minutes to get out of this fucking shit. But then we might be able to really.
I reckon 30 minutes we go, and then Yeah, and that's blue skies. The rest is fucking nothing. So. You got it.
Got out. It was about an hour and a half delay. We do have a gap now. We still got to work a bit, but for the most part, we've got a gap through, and we should still make it to Oshkosh before the TFR starts. So, a very eventful morning. Definitely not what we expected. It's a shame we had a big arrival planned, and that's no longer a thing. So, a lot of adjustments. But that's just the name of the game sometimes. That looks like a home run to me, guys.
Yeah. Everybody inbound Oshkosh, we are using the Green Lake transition. Upon reaching Green Lake, find another aircraft to simulate performance. Follow the northeast railroad tracks. Follow directly over those tracks, not left or right. Cessna half mile south of Fisk. Rock your wings for me.
I just can't believe it's come down to the wire like this.
I know, it is quite incredible, isn't it? After not only like a week and a half of flying, but like a week of finalizing the aeroplanes and months of building them and years of planning it.
Here we are. We are gonna make it. This is crazy.
Woo! We're gonna make it, man! We're always gonna make it, guys. Right from the start.
Who would have thought? 3 minutes to spare.
Traffic.
What an incredible trip. And this is where we destined to stop our flippant mission across the world, huh?
You know something is meaningful when Matt gets sentimental.
Exactly. Guys, it's been emotional, eh?
Very.
The details are 3 Sling high winds from Johannesburg, South Africa, just flown in.
Welcome to the States and welcome to Oshkosh.
It's midnight in LA. There ain't a star in the sky. Nothing I'm wishing upon, but I made it this far alright. Out on the edge of the world, between the dark and the dawn. It's midnight in LA.
That's the first part of the Sling complete.
The tears are running, but the time is standing still.
the endless sea to the burning hill, down in the canyon where the shadows wave, I heard the echo of a song I